because I'm about to read this bitch down to the floor. Let's talk about Charlie XCX because she out here showing her entire ass now that she's trying to turn herself into Gen. No, she's not Gen Z. Um, a millennial equivalent of Meryl Streep because now that she an actress, she let her shit don't stink. So she came out here recently to announce that the follow up to Brat is going to be rock inspired, which is fine. If you want to go and dabble in different genres, which is what pop stars do, because we don't want, I mean, even though I know most of her fans do, but we don't want a retread of what you did with Brat. And to me, it's like she tried to squeeze all the juice out of that Brat lemon for all it was worth. And now that she done, now it's all dry and malnourished, and there's nothing else, any more juice to squeeze out of it. Now she don't care about the Brat era anymore. She wants to put it behind her. She wants to kill Brat, which is fine if you want to do that with your personas. But then she comes out and throws shade talking about dance music is dead. Excuse you, colonizer, but dance music will never die. Dance music has been around long before you were born, and it will be around long after you are no longer in the union. So, in a new cover story with British Vogue, the pop singer revealed that she's ditching the dance beats and auto tune, heavy on auto tune, that made her last album, Brat, a lime green phenomenon. Instead, it's a feminine phenomenon. I don't know. I was thinking chaperone. Now, instead, her eighth record, which she made with Brat, oh, who else she gonna make it with Brat producers A.G. Cook and Finn Keen, will be guitar centric and spotlights Charlie's raw voice. Because everybody been out here saying she can't sing. So now she got to prove to y'all she can sing. Didn't they say the same thing about Slater? But then we seen her at Coachella, and Miss Mama sings down. So I don't know if she got vocal lessons with her case, but Slater been doing it. And my thing is this: if you want to do rock or whatever, if is she trying to go into like the same direction like what Slater did with Worst Girl in America, where she takes a lot of the electronic music but also marries it with like real live guitars, instrumentation, and that metal type of vibe, but also like yeah, with the dance beats. So I wonder if she's kind of going in that direction, or is this going to be a straight up rock record? Which I did see somebody drag to in the comments and was talking about. Greg, you don't even play an instrument. Like, why are you up in here trying to all of a sudden jump into rock music? And no shade, but I do not think that you need to play an instrument in order to dabble in the music. Beyonce don't play no damn instrument. She did country music. I mean, even though y'all still criticize over because that was the racism undertones that came with that. But for the most part, it's like you don't need to play an instrument in order to do a certain genre of music because not everybody who does rock music plays an instrument. But if you're coming from an authentic place in regards to the music and not just jumping on it because rock music is starting to make a resurgence, then I think that's where the overall complaints is coming from. So yeah, she went on and said this. They said that British Vogue describes it as a rock reinvention, reporting that one of the songs features the lyrics, I think the dance floor is dead, so now we're making rock music. Girl, if that's the lyric, you need to change it because it don't even rhyme. Now, she said, for me, it's fun little flip the form. This is what she said of pivoting to rock. We know there's going to be people who are bothered by it, but that's fine. And then hence where that complaint came from. Now, though the new album still doesn't have a title or release date, Charlie wiped her Instagram over the past few days and changed her profile picture to a grayish black color. So we're going from green to grayish black, indicating a new era after the global success of Brat, which lasted well over 2 years and seems to have finally come to a close with the release of her mockumentary, The Moment, in January. And then also some people said that this pivot is coming because she got caught out there using, well, not only reheating, but also using Sky Ferreira's demos for the Wuthering Heights soundtrack. And the Wuthering Heights soundtrack is good. And if you listen to Sky Ferreira, you definitely get a lot of those Sky-ish isms in a lot of the vocal delivery, the lyrics, all that other stuff. So I would not be surprised if yeah, her people's out here using somebody else's demos. And trust and believe, it happens a lot more than you realize because when people own when a label owns the rights to past artists' work, they can pass off the songs to and shelve the artist and pass off the music to whoever they want. We've seen it happen to Fifi Dobson, where she came out and talked about that, and her music ended up being sang for Selena Gomez. It's like songs that's supposed to be for my album. I'm hearing Selena Gomez singing my song. I'm hearing Miley Cyrus sing my stuff and use it on her album. As long as I got paid for my pain, y'all be mad. But as long as that check clears, I'll keep quiet. Even though deep down inside I'm pissed. But then again, if you might rock the boat too much where your label won't even let you go and continue to keep you shelved. So she said, if I made another album that felt more dance leaning, it would have felt really hard, really sad. This is what she told British Vogue. Then adding later on, we were doing our version of analog, which is so silly and funny, but putting it through our lens and making sure that nothing felt too macho was important. Now, Charlie also says she isn't sure she'll go back to performing in arenas after Brat led to nearly nonstop touring and festival appearances. I actually think that she's better off not going back to arenas because when she was doing arenas for the Sweat Tour, it was not working. I was like, you up there by yourself with that, with all that expansiveness, you doing dance music as just you up there, it wasn't working. Like you had no like for Slater, it works because she at least has a band on stage and it's her and she's moving around the stage and she's performing. The hair's flying all over the place. She got the Beyonce diva fan on. Like it's all a full situation. It was just her up there with these big giant screens, a long ass runway, and it's like I need a little spectacle, especially after you watching Troy Sivan with costumes and dancers and giving you the full gay man Madonna esque experience. And then you get to Charlie and it's just her. And I'm like, I'm like, this show was a chop. But anyway, so I feel like she needs to go back to smaller venues that might be cute for her. Not everybody is built for an arena. So she said, I never thought I'd play arenas in my life, and who knows if I will again. Maybe I won't. But after you've done a few, you know, you're like, oh, this place, it really happens. Charlie also has a flourishing acting career, as you know, where she's now that the Brat has died down. And she also said that one song on the album is about acting and how it allows her to feel something new and undiscovered and something kind of violent. Saying you're not thinking one step ahead, or at least I'm not. It's very impulsive state to be in. That can be terrifying, but it can also unlock this instinct in you. And it's scary, but it's kind of nice. Like, fuck it. And maybe I'll fall on my face and humiliate myself, but maybe I'll do something really powerful. And if you don't try, you never know. Well, that's about acting. Acting is always about being free and letting go and not worrying about humiliating yourself because you're playing a persona, you're playing a character. But I didn't like the idea of like, yeah, if you want to pivot to a different type of genre of music, you don't have to throw dance music under the bus because you pretty much squeezed everything that you could out of that whole genre of music. Because anybody who's a real househead and a real fan of the genre is not gonna do what she did. And some people felt like, oh, it was a swipe at Madonna. And they were like, well, how would she even know that Madonna was releasing First of all, everybody knew Madonna was releasing a dance album. She'd been saying it for the past couple of years that that's what she was working on. And trust and believe, if you think that people in the industry don't know what everybody's doing, you're a lot more naive than you present yourself as because everybody knows what everybody's doing, especially when how small the circle of this industry is. Because everybody knows what everybody's working on or what type of sound they're doing, those other mess. So let's not try to act obtuse. So yeah, Charlie, you can talk about releasing what type of music you want, and it's great. I'll listen to the album. I'll be the judge of whether or not if I like it. Not saying I'm gonna be the judge for everybody else. If you like it, I love it. But for me, I need to listen to it before I can come to any kind of conclusion. But like I said, I don't like when people go and try to throw different genres of music under the bus just because they want to move on to the next thing and they feel like this is my way of my fans not getting upset because the next album they're not getting uh Brat Part 2. So that's basically what it was giving. And maybe that's her sense of humor or whatever, but that shit don't translate well in a lot of other places who don't understand British humor. But I don't think that's what it was. I just think Charlie was just being flippant and she was just being disrespectful, especially to a genre that pretty much the only genre that blew her career up finally. Especially after that Crash album was a big old flop. So I say all this to say, what do you guys think of this story regarding what Charlie XCX said? Do you think that what she said was much ado about nothing, or am I reading too much into it? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments down below.